Okay, it's time for our snaggle tune, and this one is called
Naughty by Nature. Let's talk about a show that's preparing for what they're promising is the final season. You know the one. Girls' sports, kind of dark. No, I don't mean A League of Their Own. The show about the girls' soccer team with, hardly any soccer in it? Yeah, that one. I don't even remember any goo moments.
the plot of the show is okay if it weren't for all that horrible 90s pop junk music I had successfully forgotten about. Honestly, the title of the show could be Filet of Liam and Elastica. That might have boosted the ratings a little. This music is so bad it actually made me long for something more masculine, like, I don't know, Sheryl Crow.
Maybe Death by Lilith Fair would have been less painful. Like many modern teen nostalgia shows, these kooky Z's would have you believe underground culture was simply mass produced in real time. It's kind of a lazy Hollywood trick, retrofitting a time period to fit their internet reality. What's the problem? Are you suggesting the form-fitting Liz Fair swag wasn't readily available at every corner gas station in 1991? Duh. The shirts came free when you bought a 10-pack of Dunkaroos, old man.
Honestly, I feel like the early episodes were employing some kind of abuse the audience agenda. Not paying attention to our plot exposing who crapped in the water bucket argument scene? How about an extreme close up of Juliette Lewis?
If you look up the definition of resting bitch face, this is the face that comes up.
And it results in, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'll pay closer attention. If you could back that camera up a little, maybe. How about Pittsburgh? That's better.
I do like with a young Natalie, you can gauge how long they've been in the wilderness by how much her roots have grown out. By the time they're found, she only has blonde tips. I mean, who needs a calendar? Natalie. She has a strong moral compass and a deep capacity for empathy. When she wasn't snorting comical piles of cocaine or chugging booze straight from the bottle. It's like she had this internal GPS for do the right thing, but every few minutes it got hijacked by Party Mode 101.
The show seems to telegraph the dismantling of authority early on when Coach loses his leg. I wonder if any husbands or boyfriends that were roped into watching this noticed this as some kind of foreshadowing early on, or if most of them were just too busy sneaking peeks at their DraftKings account when she wasn't looking.
Coach Scott, meanwhile, gets poisoned by Misty after resisting her advances. Later, he objects to cannibalism. Talk about a party pooper. The fact he's gay probably explains why the pack of starving girls sees him as mostly dinner. Face it, why would a bunch of desperate, starving women need the gay friend to say, I'm sorry, honey, the snow's actually a good backdrop, 'cause you still look like a walrus in those sweatpants?
Lottie Matthews, Witch of the Woods lady. Every time you see her, she's wearing more animal pelts and lots of flowy garments that swish. It's like Rita Hayworth circa 46, Dirt and Antler edition. She gets kind of a bum rap for her feed him to the forest vibe, refuses to be rescued, etc. But nobody mentions how shrewd she is. Inventing an imaginary psychiatrist can save a ton on therapy bills. The scenes of her arguing with her imaginary insurance provider over non existent deductibles are only available on the Blu ray box set that's coming in next April. Shauna. Such an interesting character. As a teenager, she's a fearless, traitor skewering, cannibalistic warrior, going wild eyed ballistic on anyone even moderately annoying. As an adult, she gets flummoxed by Instacart.
The woman survived starvation, plane crashes, feral cult politics, but missing an avocado? I don't know what to do. Luckily, her bubbly daughter is seemingly never out of earshot and typically demanding an apology of some kind. Mom, I'm not going to the mall with you until you explain how to properly incinerate a driver's license.
The Elijah Wood character. One of the last men on the show actually allowed to survive, likely because he's been stripped of anything even remotely resembling masculinity, and it's all been replaced with artisanal goat cheese, bed and breakfast knowledge, and quirky personalized license plates. His saving grace is that he seems to have more gadgets than Q.
His relationship with Misty is curious. I'm predicting the two of them will finally get together when the zeal of DNA swabs and elimination prints inevitably leads to sex. I don't know about you, but centrifuges get me hot.
The way they handle the Laura Lee story is epic narrating. They subtly implied that her jaunt into aviation lasted about as long as the four non-blondes' MTV career. Hollywood magic! The scene when poor Vanessa is unexpectedly mauled by wolves is unforgettable. Ironically, as the show wears on, the scars morph oddly into very expensive looking face tattoos. I'm thinking 300 to 400 bucks for cool flames like that, and I'm not even including tip money.
Honestly, I'm predicting a new trend. People actively trying to be mauled and then wrapped in rags, all for that authentic, street cred facial look. Excuse me, do you accept Venmo for my wolf scar flames? I guess it would be just cranky of me to rain on this estrogen epic that ironically takes place during the era of Point Break, Fight Club, True Lies, and Limp Bizkit. But it's like I tell my friends, if you aren't willing to trade creative backwoods murder and witchcraft for a little estrogen, go get your frickin' shine box and tune in for the next episode of Hannity.